the expense of leadership. When they call you Baba and someone sets the homestead on fire, does Baba join the burning of the homestead just because it looks like exciting, or does Baba help to put out the fire?
Help put out the fire.
Does Baba release his sons and daughters to add fuel to the fire, or does Baba ask his children to fetch water?
Fetch water.
I know you know the answer. There's a time to lead and a time to acknowledge cheers. Popularity surges and wanes. Cheering masters come, change and go. But solid service to the nation, brought against all odds, stands the test. We later formalized the arrangements through a memorandum of understanding, signed publicly with order and shared widely with the public. This far, a core agenda of our coming together has been achieved. We have a stable and peaceful country. We beat back the chaos and created an environment in which we can agree to disagree and done in India. When he invited me to go to Gujarat as chief minister then, I went as a chief guest to what is called the Vibrant Gujarat. And there were many people who had been invited from outside India. I was in a panel discussion with some of the Indian conglomerates, the Tata, the Adani groups, and all this together. And we saw how many deals were being signed, people coming to invest in Gujarat. The state of Gujarat is one of the states of India. The economy of Gujarat was growing at the rate of 13% per annum, compared to 5–6% of other states. Gujarat, the population of Gujarat is 60 million people, bigger than Kenya. So I asked Bodhi, how did you manage to achieve this? He went into his bookshelf and brought me a piece of legislation. He said, this is the secret. This was a PPP law of Gujarat, which he said, make it simple like this, it will attract people to come and invest in your country. And with that legislation, I came here and I presented it to the cabinet. And I told him what I saw in Gujarat is something astonishing. We approved the memo in the cabinet. It was then given to the then Minister for Finance, who's acting with Chuk, to go and prepare a government memo. When he took it to the mandarins in the treasury, they manipulated it, changed so many things. By the time they brought it back to the cabinet, it was a different document. I told them, who will come? Who will want to risk his capital with these kind of things you put in this law? It was passed and brought to Parliament, passed, no investors came. Because there are so many restrictions and private capital is risk shy. But when I was there, they took us. I was in that delegation as a Prime Minister, along with the current Prime Cabinet Minister, Mr. Davadi, with President Ruto. At that time, Chris Obure was a Minister for Public Works, was a big delegation. We were taken to a place called Mundra Fort, where they had built I mean, Modi had given just land to Adani, 5,000 hectares of land, marshland near the sea. They drained that land and built a port. So they're using that port to import coal from Indonesia. And they put up a power plant, 4,600 megawatts of power. Then the Tata group followed suit and also built a similar plant, 4,600 megawatts. There. So a total of 9,600 megawatts is being generated from that port alone. Our total generation capacity in this country today is not even 3,000. That's for that port. And then they built a railway line, 100 kilometers to join the national railway system. A sleeping village of 5,000 people will also become a village of a town of 200,000, eventually now 500,000 people. And investors came to invest in that place. They even built an airport in that place. Okay? Then I can give you so many other examples. So you find the same people, Adani, were given in Bombay. Bombay airport used to be so dilapidated, flying infested and so on. They reconstructed the Bombay airport. Today, Bombay airport is so efficient when you go there. You want to look at the Delhi airports. When Modi eventually became Prime Minister of India, he now replicated what he had done in Gujarat in the whole of India. Within the time that he has been the Prime Minister for 10 years, he has constructed 130,000 kilometers of railway line through PPP. They have, in almost every state in India has got 2 international airports in India. All this is being done through PPPs. And that's why when Adani came here to want to do